There's nothing worse than getting your first tax form in the mail, opening it, and realizing they spelled your name wrong on your 1099. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Keeper YouTube channel. My name is Tyra, and I am here to teach you everything you need to know about 1099 taxes. Here on this channel, we create resources for freelancers, independent contractors, gig workers, and anyone else who files or should be filing business taxes. So, have you ever made a mistake on your 1099 form? Believe it or not, it is more common than you would think. Mistakes are bound to happen from time to time, so you might as well be prepared and know how to handle them. Better safe than sorry. First things first, what even is a Form 1099? Good question. The 1099 is the statement prepared by your client or customer reporting contractor payments made to you during the year. A copy is sent to the IRS and your state government. You only need a 1099 for any client that paid you more than $600 during the year, so one-off jobs for less than $600 don't require a form. Any person or business who paid you more than $600 for your services should have given you a 1099 statement. So there are two different kinds of 1099 forms that report contractor payments. There's the 1099-NEC, which stands for non-employee compensation, and the 1099-K. 1099-Ks are used for any credit card payments or third-party payments like Stripe, Venmo, or PayPal. 1099-NEC report cash, check, and direct deposit payments that you receive. Depending on your client and your customers, you may receive both types of 1099s for a single year from different sources, but they should never be for the same income. The same customer should not send you both forms, but two different customers may use two different types of 1099. There's a lot more info on 1099s in a past video, so check it out in the description of this video to learn more. So Tyra, what if reimbursements are included in the 1099? This is actually very common, y'all, and there is no need to correct anything. All you have to do is write off the reimbursed expenses on your Schedule C. When you include your reimbursements with your other write-offs, that zeroes out the extra income listed on that 1099. So why not just report what you actually received during the year? Here's why. If you report less than what's on your 1099, it could be flagged in the IRS system. Remember, they're sent a copy of your 1099s too. So a good rule of thumb is to make sure your gross income, meaning your income before subtracting your work expenses, matches or is higher than what the IRS gets on your 1099. You do not want it to be less under any circumstances. So let's look at another common mistake, the wrong information on your form. The IRS logs 1099s according to the tax ID number. So as long as that information is correct, you're gonna be okay. If the issuer accidentally uses an older address or uses your personal name instead of your DBA name, your doing business as name, it won't cause any problems and you can file like normal. You'll only need to ask for a corrected 1099 if your tax ID number is incorrect. And don't worry, y'all, this shouldn't delay you from filing your tax return. So what if you have an EIN number for your business as a sole proprietor? In this case, your EIN will be tied to your individual tax account, so the IRS is able to connect the two ID numbers. If your personal Social Security number is used instead of your EIN on your 1099, update the vendor but file as normal. They might not even issue you a new 1099. Moving on to another common 1099 issue. What happens if you accidentally receive a 1099 meant for someone else? You have a couple of options here. The first thing you should do is to contact the issuer and have them amend the 1099 with the correct information. If for whatever reason the issuer is unable or unwilling to correct the 1099, you can file a 1099 on behalf of the person you received a 1099 for. This is called a nominee 1099. Basically, you would file an identical form to the one you received, only listing yourself as a payer and the correct person or business as the recipient. You will file it with the IRS and your state and give a copy to the correct person. Now let's look into one more example. So what happens if you just didn't ever receive a 1099? You may be relieved to hear this, but you actually don't even need a 1099 to file your taxes. You can simply review your own records like bank statements and sales reports to figure out your total income for the year. And if you file through the Keeper app, your expenses will be ready to import into your Schedule C automatically. If the missing 1099 is from a client you expect to continue doing business with, it's a good idea to tell them that you never got your 1099. They may not even realize that you were supposed to get one in the first place, or maybe they need more information from you. If you are working for a big company like PayPal or Uber, you definitely need to get in touch with them because they may not have the right information for you. Here's one pro tip for this situation. Avoid requesting a 1099 after the deadline has already passed. There is a fee for late filing 1099s, and you don't want to mess up a good thing or a good relationship with the people who pay you. So y'all, have you ever run into any of these issues or other issues when it comes to filing your 1099s? Let us know in the comments. If you would like more easy to digest tax content, make sure you give this video a like, and if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and make sure your notifications are on so you can get all of the alerts anytime we post any new tax content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.